Let's see different events that get triggered in case of an accordion. There are 3 events that get triggered and they are create, before activate and activate. The create event we have been seeing for quite a long and it gets triggered as and when an accordion is created. Then the before activate event is triggered before a panel is activated, and the activate event is triggered after the panel is activated. So to illustrate this, I have created an accordion and I have specified the animate to be 5000. That is, the panel will be displayed in 5 seconds. And let's write before activate and activate to see the difference. So let the first one be before activate. A needs to be in capital. And let me add a function, okay, and then put a comma for activate, and this also I want a function, and within this let me write alert just before activate, okay, and within this activate. So let me copy this and remove this, so it becomes activate. And let's see what happens. Let me refresh. Let me click this. See, I have clicked and before activate is triggered, which means the before activate gets triggered before the panel is activated, and as soon as we click the header, okay, then in 5 seconds this will be completed. Once it is complete, the activate event is triggered. So this is easy to understand now, right? The before activate is triggered before the panel is activated. That is, as soon as we click the header, and the activate gets triggered once the panel is activated. That is, even after the animation is completed. So I have added the value 5000 to animate option to see the difference clearly. Now the before activate and activate can have event and UI for the functions, and the UI will provide 4 values. They are old header, old panel and new panel. Okay, so let's see the different values for old header, old panel, new header and new panel. So within this, let me write old header. I want to see the value for the old header. So let me add $. So before that, I need to add event and UI here so that we can get the values from UI. So $UI dot old header dot text. This will return the text of the old header. Then I want to add a new line. So I am adding /n, then putting a plus, and let me copy up to this 4 times because we want to display 4 different values. And let me remove the plus and /n here. Okay. And let me change this to old panel. And here it needs to be old panel. And here I want new header. And here it should be new header. And here new panel. And here new panel. So let's see how we get the output. Save. Refresh. Let me click this. See, old header is jQuery because this is the one that is going to be hidden. Old panel is this content. jQuery is a popular JavaScript library. Then I have clicked this. So the new header is jQueryUI and the new panel is the content associated with this header. Okay. And it is displaying slowly because I have set value for the animate option. And it is getting activate as the value. Now suppose I copy this for this as well. Then for both these we will be getting the same values, right? Because before activate is getting triggered before a panel is activated, and the activate gets triggered as soon as the panel is activated. That is after the animation is completed. So let's see the output. Refresh. Let me click jQuery mobile and see old header is jQuery, this one. Old panel is this content. New header is jQuery mobile. New panel is the content associated with this. Let me click OK. It is getting displayed in 5 seconds. See, we are getting old header, old panel, new header and new panel as empty. Why? We haven't passed event and UI here. So I forgot to add event and UI. That is why we are not getting any values, because these values are provided by UI. And now let's see, refresh. Let me click jQuery mobile. We are seeing these values, and once the animation is completed, we are seeing the same values. And suppose I want to add some more header and I want to restrict the access to that header. Suppose only if an administrator logs in, this header should be clickable, something like that. So let me add here another H2. For the time being, I'm just specifying it as secret message. Okay. And let me add an ID for this, because I have added IDs for all the previous headers. And let me add some P. This is some secret message. Okay. And what I want is, when a person clicks on this header, I want to provide access to it only if it is an administrator. But in this case, we don't want to make it that complex. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to allow access to this content for anyone. So how we can implement that? In the before activate, we need to check whether the ID is secret. Okay. In that case, we will not display the message. Okay. So for that, in the before activate, let me remove this. So within this, what I want to check? I want to check the ID of the new header. If it is secret, I will not display the content. So if $UI.newHeader.attr of ID, because we can get the ID value using attribute method, right? Equals secret, that is the ID of the message. Secret message ID is secret. So if the header's ID is secret, what I am going to do is, I am going to prevent the default activity. That is, the default is click. Even if the user clicks, he will not be able to see the content. So let me specify $this dot prevent default. Okay. Now let's see how it works. Let me refresh. See, we are having secret message. Let me click on jQueryUI. It is getting displayed. Okay. And we will see the details. Let me click on secret message. See, nothing happens. Why? Because it is checking here whether the new header's ID is secret. If then, we are preventing the activity using prevent default method. So using this before activate properly, we can even prevent activating the panel. So by doing this, we are actually preventing the activation, right? Here this event is not getting triggered because we have prevented the activating of the panel by checking some conditions. So this way we can use before activate to prevent the panel activating. So in this lecture, we have seen 3 different events that get triggered in case of an accordion, and they are create, before activate, and activate. Create gets triggered when an accordion is created. Before activate is triggered before the panel is activated, and the activate is triggered after the panel is activated. That is, even after the animation is over. And here, using the before activate, we have prevented the activating of panel.